What's up, everyone? This is Prattski, and it is time for another Chupdate. Now, I've been working on a number of different things, but really only one thing for the channel primarily. It's just been busy with stuff, with life and things like that. But the first thing I'll talk about, since it relates to what I've been most active on the channel, is Too Many Bones. Phenomenal game. This game really, for me, is in the top two. Like, my top two right now are Kingdom Death and Too Many Bones. We just love it. Mark and I have been really enjoying playing through it and putting up content for it. And it's been really interesting too, because we both felt like we had a decent grasp on how this game works. And I think overall we have a decent grasp, but it's really complicated. Like, there's a lot of different things that go on in this game that are tough to just keep track of and to remember. All of the baddies have all these different keywords that do different things. Each character has so much variability and different abilities to it, and ways that you can spend your dice and put them in active slots or locked slots or whatever it might be. Some things are ranged, some things are not ranged, but to get it to be ranged, you got to do this thing. Otherwise you can't. Use your attack dice for this. Like, there's a lot. And so we did our first campaign with the Age of Tyranny expansion, and we didn't even get past the first tyrant. We totally failed. But it was so interesting because all along the way, we realized how many things that we didn't get quite correct. And even by the end of the campaign, we realized, especially me, because I'm playing Nugget, we realized that I've been playing her completely... Wrong isn't the right word, per se, but I was just not taking full advantage of her capabilities at all. Like, the long blade die is ranged, and I wasn't using it for ranged at all. And I didn't use the Tinkered Bolo, and that... I didn't really... it's just... I totally underplayed her. Used her as a just kind of blah melee character, and once we kind of did an analysis at the end, I realized, wow, I'm crazy excited to play her now, because I'm realizing what I could have done with her so much better and so much more fun. So we're doing the same exact two characters. We've got Nugget, we've got Duster. We're going to do them again because even Mark decided, like, yeah, there's things that I just did not play well on this character at all. So we want to give them a good, fair shot, play them to their potential, and see what we can do. So I just recently posted Season 2, Episode 1, where we get through days 1 through 3. And actually, somebody commented that we got a couple more things wrong. So, and that's totally great, too. We had even discussed... like, should we even post these? Maybe we should take them down, because are we doing the game a disservice by playing it and putting all these hours of content up for people to watch when we're getting these things wrong? But ultimately we decided, it's not a bad thing necessarily, because this is true to most people's experiences. How many people are going to actually play this game and get it 100% perfectly correct? Probably very few. There's always little things that are going to be missed, a little rule that was not quite done correctly. And so what we're trying to do is just recognize and say, we're probably going to get some things wrong. Let us know in the comments what we can do to fix it, what we did wrong. Point it out, please feel free. And at the beginning of the next episode, we will cover the things that we found that were wrong and talk about those things, and then move on and try to just keep dialing it in to get more and more correct in terms of our characters and the general rules and whatnot. So that's what we're going to do. So now we're on what we're calling Season 2, since it's a new campaign, because we lost the first one, and we're just going to keep plugging away. So hopefully sometime this week, maybe even tonight, if both Mark and I are available, we'll record another episode for that. And I just gotta say again, I cannot say enough good about Too Many Bones. It is just such a... I mean, the game is crazy complex, but it's done in such a good way. all of the mechanics just feel like they flow really smoothly. It's very interesting. It's very fun. I would never have thought that on a battle mat that's only 4x4, how could that be a ton of fun? Because that's just not dynamic. Like you play a dungeon crawler like Descent or something like that, and you've got this huge space that you're moving all through, and you've got so much space to work with. And that's a 4x4. But it's super fun and tactical. And it's always changing as well, because the combination of baddies that you have out, mixed with the combination of your characters and what current dice you have unlocked and what your skills currently are, it changes so much that it just, at least at this point, has not gotten old at all. And in fact, it's almost like it is continuing to ramp up in its excitement and enjoyment. So if you don't have it and you're on the fence about buying it, I understand that the price tag is pretty high. It is. Even Undertow, I think, was... Crap, I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it was somewhere around 90 to $100. I think maybe if you buy it on the website with shipping and everything, it's like $101 or something like that, if I remember right. Which is a cheaper entry point than buying Too Many Bones. That's like 125 or 130 now, plus shipping. Either way, it's so good. The components are phenomenal. Everything about it is just done so well. So I think worth every penny for sure. This is, again, in my top 2. You got to check it out if you haven't, for real. Okay, but enough of Too Many Bones for now. Other things that I've been doing. So I have a regularly scheduled evening with a buddy of mine up in Minnesota, and we play Descent. We're trying to cruise our way through all of the Road to Legend app content, and we're currently going through the Shadows of Nerakal campaign. I don't think that's what the campaign is called, but you need the Shadow of Nerakal expansion to play it. And that's going really well. We're loving that. But we're playing that on Tabletop Simulator because we're not near each other. So, yeah, we both own the stuff, but we're states away. So we're doing that. And also, we just started up a campaign for Kingdom Death. Got a friend who comes over to play that on Thursday nights. We're trying to recruit a couple more people to get them involved. I think we got one guy who's very interested as soon as he gets back from vacation. That should be fun. I thought about recording that. Maybe we still will. I'll have to ask the group to see what they think about it. Simply because it does kind of change some of the dynamics when you're filming. So we'll see. But I guess just to throw it out there for anybody watching, is anybody interested in seeing that? Let me know. We're certainly not going to do it as, if we do, we won't do it as complicated as, not complicated, that's not the right word, but I've seen some playthroughs that will put on the screen all the different stats of the characters and what's going on, and have close-ups of the cards to see, what the AI cards and the hit location cards and all that kind of stuff are. We probably won't do that. I'm limited. I only have one camera, so it probably just would be, get the best shot that we can of the big, huge playing area, and that's it. So, it wouldn't be fancy, but it'd be something. Anyway, let me know. Also, another thing that's keeping me busy is that I'm involved in 2 different alpha tests right now with Fantasy Flight. Wish I could say something about it, but obviously I can't. But those are going well. They're interesting, to say the least. So that's definitely taking up some of my time, because I got to print out stuff, cut out stuff, play it, give feedback, all that kind of jazz. So that limits me a little bit more in my ability to prep content and put up playthroughs and whatnot. So that's fine. Like a lot of people have been really encouraging to me about just do what you like when you can. Don't make it a job. Just whenever you can do something, do it. So that's what I'm doing, and it feels good because I don't feel the pressure to have to get stuff up. Okay, that's it for games. One thing that is not tabletop game related at all, but I want to bring up just because it has brought an unbelievable amount of fun and enjoyment to my life this last week, is a product that I recently bought called the Onewheel. If you haven't heard of this thing or tried one of these things, and if you like being outdoors and exploring trails or traveling around a city or whatever it might be, you should check this out. The price tag is very steep on these things, and that's a major blocker for a lot of people. But a buddy of mine locally here had bought one, and I rode it around, and I just thought, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, and decided to pull the trigger because that allows he and I to go out and explore trails and parks and whatever all over the cities. And I guess I didn't even describe what it is. Onewheel. So it's basically like a skateboard in a way, but it has one big wheel in the middle of it, and you put your feet on the outsides of it. And it seems like it would be really difficult to balance and all that kind of stuff, but it's not. Everybody has heard of a Segway or those hoverboards. It's got that similar to gyroscopic technology or whatever, but the Onewheel, unlike a hoverboard, you're not standing with feet next to each other and moving forward, where your balance is just horrible. I'm sure you've seen videos of people falling over and getting hurt on those things. That's just not how we are like meant to move, with our feet together like that, moving forward or backward. This thing is like, if you've ever snowboarded, that's the closest thing that I can say that it's like. It's like snowboarding without any need for snow, and you can do it all over roads and trails. We've gone on mountain bike paths and trails through the woods, and off-road on gravel, dirt, grass, fields, sidewalks, you name it. This thing can go. And it's just been awesome. In the last week that I've owned it, I've put 150 miles on the thing. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Check it out if you have any questions about it. I'm just all for this thing right now. I'm able to travel. There's a lot of stuff within a 6 to 7 mile radius of my home, and the range on this thing is 12 to 18 miles. So I can go do. Actually, my local friendly game store is, I think, 5.1 miles away from me. So I can easily take it all the way there and get all the way back on a single charge. So anyway, all right, I'm done talking about it, but I just got to say, because it has been so fun the last week, and I do not see my enjoyment and fun on this thing decreasing ever. It's so cool. All right, I think that's it for today's Chupdate. And thanks y'all for watching and supporting this channel. I definitely appreciate it. We're now up to 118 subscribers, which to me is kind of mind-blowing. I started this thing just as a little hobby. It still is a hobby, but the thought back then of when I started it of even reaching 100 was just crazy. I remember how excited I was when I got 10. So really appreciate it to all of you who have subscribed. Thank you. And then even more so to those who have interacted with the videos and asked questions or posted things that we've not gotten right for rules on our Too Many Bones playthroughs. All that, it's super fun, and it just gives me motivation to keep going and keep enjoying this stuff. So I really appreciate it. Thank you to all of you. All right, hope you all have a wonderful day, and until next time.